What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. This is one of your hosts, Tonage Squirp, along with my co-host, Deception the Rapper. Deception, say hi.
Yeah, it was good.
Today we have quite a few things to talk about, I believe. No Call of Duty related things, I don't think. At least CDL
Oh,
wise.
I got
So,
some Call of Duty
oh,
related things.
okay. So we do have some Call of Duty things related,
They're not CDO related things, but
but Call of Duty
hopefully
nonetheless.
they help the CDO.
Yeah. So just a warning, guys. Today's gonna be kind of like a tangent day. I know last week, Deception called me out because I only went on one tangent, so I'm gonna make up for it this week and go on lots of them.
Yes, there's gonna be 20 more to make up for all the episodes of the podcast.
Yeah. Also, we have a special guest in the background. Rish is here live in the flesh in my room while we do the podcast. So
It's our second unofficial
yeah.
episode. Like, we just gotta make it happen.
Yeah, I think we need to make it happen too. I gotta figure out my speaker situation though.
That would be that right there would probably be the first 2-hour podcast.
I think so too. I feel like we could really go in depth, and I think she would spill a lot of secrets.
Well, because we all three have quite a bit of chemistry. I mean, you and her more so than me and her, but
I mean, I hope we have chemistry.
we all we're all connected.
We are pretty
So
connected.
that'd be a super fun podcast.
That would be a super fun podcast. I feel like that would be probably one of the, if not the best one. But,
honestly, like if I had to say like two podcasts that I would be most excited for is Riss and Kichi, probably the top two.
Me too. I think those are probably, I don't know. Those are, it's all my favorite people.
Yeah.
And Rish, that is correct. You do make everything better. Like, I feel like my four
That is a
favorite
fact.
people in this world are like Rish, you, Kichi. I feel like that's like in the gaming world. I feel like those. What? Okay, that is three. Math is not my strong suit, obviously.
I mean, I feel pretty privileged to be on that list.
Yeah. So, I feel like that would be pretty good. I feel like if we got I think if all four of us did a podcast together, that would be.
Oh, dude, that'd be a
Ooh,
4-hour podcast.
that would be a 4 hour podcast. That'd be forever. Get it? 4 hour forever. What's up, Tamaga? So Deception. Let's go ahead and get like right into the first thing that you want to talk about, and then we can kind of like go and whatever. So you think about it, and I'm gonna say what I did this past week because I think it was very fun. So Riss and I, we went to this aquarium thingy, and
Just aquarium thingy. Yep.
so
That's a good way to describe
so
it.
okay, so this is like a very eventful thing. So Monday we went, we drove like 2 hours because we just found this aquarium that we could go to. They had like this new like tropical exhibit, and so we didn't like we've never been to this one before. Neither one of us, nor has anyone we know. So we were like, oh, this will be interesting, like something new, something fun, something different. So we went down there, and so we work at an Olive Garden here, and there's an Olive Garden there as well. And our manager's like, hey, go like, go check it out. Like it's really good. Like it's a really nice Olive Garden. And so we went there. That was really fun. Their Olive Garden is a bajillion times better than ours in every sort of way, except for the fact that we work at the Olive Garden here, and we don't work at the Olive Garden.
Yeah,
there,
that'd be
so.
enough for me to go to your Olive Garden.
But so we went there, and then as we were in the parking lot, we were like holding hands going to the car, and we got like hate crimed, like straight up, like people like yelled at us like, keep that in the house. And I was like, bruh, like I think that was like my genuine like only like I forget sometimes like how like open our community is until like I mean our community is more open than theirs. So I don't know. I feel like I'd share that experience. And then we went to this like bowling alley arcade mini golf place. It was like It was all three of them in one, which was really fun. I mean, you're bowling, and there's
That
these
sounds
people.
fantastic.
There was these people next to us, and she was like one of the ladies. She was trying to give me like tips on how to bowl better, and she like grabbed me by the arm, and it made me very uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, cool. And then her dad was like talking to me about like politics, and I'm like, homie, he just like he was like, are there a lot of Democrats in upstate New York? And I was like, I feel like it's a good balance. Because I was like, I'm here with my girlfriend, and you obviously seem like you are a very, I don't want to say, I don't know how to put this. You're a very, like, non open person. And, it just was like, uh, we're bowling right next to these guys for like half an hour, and we're trying to like keep like our lovey-dovey stuff on like the DL because we were like, we already got like hate crime once tonight. We don't want to make it twice. It could have been an adventure. You are correct. It could have been an adventure and a half, but I think one was definitely more than enough.
I mean, that is definitely that was an experience. Sounds like it was a very up and down experience for you.
It definitely was, but it was fun. In the end all be all, I think it was worth the trip. The aquarium was like it was a good aquarium. Like it was okay. It was a very small one though. It was definitely not what we were thinking going in, but I feel like if we had just done the aquarium, it wouldn't have been worth the drive and everything else. But I feel like since we did a lot of other things, like we went to a crystal shop, which I've never been to a crystal shop before. So I got myself some crystals, and okay, Riss got me some crystals. She's correcting me in the background in case you guys are wondering. Um, and I feel like we made like the best out of it, and I think that's just like we had a little bit of an adventure. It was a good time.
It sounds like it was pretty fun.
It
I mean,
was.
outside of getting flamed.
Yeah, it was a really good time. So anyway, deception. That's my story.
That was a pretty good story.
I just feel like I
That
had to
was a
share.
pretty good story.
Thank you. All right. So what is the first thing that you wanted to talk about today?
Okay, so there are two things, you know, one of them is more major than the other, but the first one that I'll talk about happened, we'll go in chronological order. 5 days ago, um, well, probably 6 days ago at this point. I think they released the update Thursday. Sledgehammer released a little update that for me, possibly wanting to get back into doing camos. And
Oh,
if Tone wants to come back and do camos, this would be a good time.
oh, that's what I was gonna talk about
They
later.
they have reduced the headshot and long shot requirements and they have cut them in half.
Oh, that's really. I feel like
Yeah.
those are the ones that take the longest.
Yeah, so now like I'm pretty sure like every gun only needs 50 headshots and 50 long shots, and I was wondering about this too, and I got confirmation when watching a video earlier. It's also that also applies to the unique camo challenges, like when they tell you to get long shots or headshots of those BS attachments they want you to put on the gun. They
Mm-hmm.
also cut those in half. So the most grindy and tedious parts of your camo grind are now cut in half, so we're good.
That's what I like to hear. Did
It
you have to
makes me
say?
want to go
Wait,
back and do
no.
camos.
Was
So
reading.
what Deception said was that like all the headshots and long instead of 100 they're now 50 long shot.
Just play hardcore. Long
But
shots are
that
not
makes
that
that
bad in
makes that makes
hardcore,
me
but
happy. That makes me good because what I wanted to say is that like my last day of work is Friday and I have 2 weeks off.
oh yeah.
So
Well, you you and Risk can get the camo grinding,
oh yeah.
and I'll probably be right there with you because that makes me want to go do camos. Because that was the reason why I stopped doing camos when I had the drive to get dark matter. Is just the long shots took forever.
Oh yeah, those
So,
things take literal ages.
like, I felt like I spent double or triple the time getting long shots than I did doing the other camos combined.
I have
And that
proof
was
of
not
that. Like
very
when I
fun.
was doing my like road to when I was doing my road to gold and everything, like that, like editing the videos, like what the first like hour would be me doing the other challenges, and then the next like 2 hours would be just doing long shots.
Yeah.
It was horrible. That's why I had to start
Because at
streaming while I
least
was
when you're
doing it.
getting headshots, they just happen. They can happen naturally. You don't really have to go for them. But like long shots, it's like you have to actively try to get long shots.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. And I'm glad they're fixing it because
Yeah, I'm really glad they turned it down because you know I've always said that this whole Modern Warfare and Sledgehammer style of like doing the camos the last few years is a little too much of a grind, and I think they've cut it down to where it's a lot more reasonable.
yeah, I feel like it was just like too much, you know. What do you?
I mean, you got to get like 100 camos per gun, so it's like,
It's a lot.
well, you got it's like if you only had to do like one set of challenges for each camo set, and there was only like 4 or 5 sets, it'd be one thing to make the camo challenges pretty ridiculous, because then you're still having to grind a little bit. But there's 10 sets of camos, and there's 10 camos in each set, so like it takes forever to get a gun gold if you're like not that great at the game or if you have bad luck.
Yeah, it's just it's a pain in the butt, and it makes it so like casual players can't grind camos as easily, right? You have to spend like forever on guns, and I feel like now, I mean, I feel like it's a little too late, but I feel like it's still on the cycle of the game,
I feel
and
like for anybody that still has the passion to grind Vanguard or is a person that just has an addiction to grinding games in general, they'll go
mm,
back and
oh
do the
yeah,
camos. It's like me, like I didn't stop grinding because I didn't want to grind anymore. I just stopped grinding because it felt tedious.
yeah, it was just too
And now it
much.
makes me want to go back.
It was just like so much for so little, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing is like out of the 100 camos outside of gold, diamond, dark matter, like we're not talking about those. We're not talking about mastery camos. In the 100 camos that you're offered in those games, it's like there's maybe 4 or 5 of them that are actually like worth using, and the rest of them are just kind of filler.
Pretty much.
And I don't I don't like that, because at least in the old system, like in BO4, where you only had about 15 camos before you got masteries.
Yeah.
About 6 or 7 of the 15 were really good, and that equaled about half of the camos. Now about 6 or 7 are still really good, which is okay, but that's out of 100 now.
Yeah, I feel like it's just rushed. It's not good. Like I mean, I'd wish like they'd have at least one in each set that was like, "Oh my god, that's camo is sick." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish they would have like one camo, like you said, in each set, which kind of blended the difference between regular camos and mastery camos. Like it was like the last camo in each set was kind of like, yeah, this is a pretty sick camo. It's not as good as the mastery camo, but it's a lot better than the other ones.
Yeah. It's like worth the grind. Like what if I feel like if they put the 10th camo on everyone, like something really good. Like I'm not saying like, "Oh, like this is kind of cool," or like this is the best one out of the set. No, I mean like something like like remember like the DLC camos from like BO2?
Yeah.
Like something like that, like one of
Like
them was
imagine
like,
if like the cyborg camo was at the end of a camo set.
"Oh yeah." That would be cool. Like there's the one what's the one camo? Uh it's the one that was like it was kind of like a crystally like green, like a vibrant
In
green
BO2,
in BO2
was it dragon?
probably. But
When you said crystally, I thought about dragon, but then you said green, and I thought about weaponized 115, which that was a good camo.
Yeah, but like like something like that. Like I feel like that would make the grind worth it. And even if people didn't want to get you know gold or diamond guns, like they could just grind for that camo on every gun, and it'd be something cool. Not
Yeah.
like
But the thing though with that is they also have to make the mastery camos good
true.
because I mean, granted, like I kind of like the mastery camos in Vanguard. I think Diamond is pretty good. Um, I like Atomic, but like in Modern Warfare, like I almost feel like I would take some of the regular camos over like Platinum. Like Damascus was like okay, but it wasn't animated. But like
Yeah,
Gold and Platinum were just kind of weird.
I see where you're coming from.
That's the kind of the balance you have to strike. You either have to make the mastery camos really good to make people want them more than the regular ones,
Yeah,
or you have to balance it to where that last camo wouldn't be better than a mastery camo, because then people wouldn't grind for the mastery camo
they
if
would
they
just
knew that
grind
the
for that
gold
one.
camo
Yeah,
was better.
I don't know. I feel like I wish they would go back to the way that it was before, but I feel like they had to like up it because a lot of people were
I
getting
wish
it.
that
But
they would do like a hybrid of both. I wish it was kind of like BO4's system where you had to do headshots first
mhm,
and then do the rest of them. But I wish there was more camos, like, because there were a few camos then, but like they could raise that number to like 25 or 30, and I think it would be a perfect amount of grind. Because back in like BO4, if you were good at the game, it almost felt too easy to get camos because you could just do like a whole set of guns in one day if you grinded.
yeah. And I think the thing is like, I they do need a balance, but I feel like the way that they have it with the levels, I feel like that's too much. You
Yeah,
know?
they need to make it to where you either get all of your camo sets in the beginning, like right when you unlock the gun, or if they want to keep this system, they need to make it to where you unlock all the camo sets at like level 20 or 25.
Yeah.
So you don't have to grind all the way up to 70.
Because
Like in
before,
Vanguard, you got to go all the way up to 70, and then you have another set of camos to grind because you didn't get that one until 70.
true. And like the thing is like one thing that I think a lot of people like would grind for, and I feel like it was really cool to have is like when you had like mastery guns. You know what I mean? Like when you had, because you would get either max level or gold, and you would get like little things for them, and then you would go and then you would get both of them, and then you would get another thing. But I feel like that's like kind of it defeats the purpose of that. You know,
Yeah, I kind
you
of like the
have to
mastery
grind full
camo
level.
system in BO4. Like, I liked when you could get those weapon variants that had their own camos with them that you had to unlock.
Yeah. And the thing is like when you play now, in order to get all the things, all the camos, you have to get um all the levels to get all the camos, and I feel like that kind of defeats like the grinding purpose, because it's like,
It
oh,
just makes
okay,
the
yeah, I
grind even
grinded,
longer.
yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, I was grinding for, I got all my guns, gold, and I got diamond and this, that, and the other, but then it's another thing to have all your guns, you know, fully like, you know, all your
I
guns
feel like the
gold,
grind
and
to get
then
weapons leveled in
yeah,
Vanguard is longer than the grind to get camos in the old games.
yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. I
like
mean,
I don't mind having 70 weapon levels. Like, it's fine. But you gotta make those levels, you gotta get them really fast. Like, because, in like, I mean, I don't think you should have like 70 weapon levels. I'd say about like 30 is probably pretty good. I think that'd be probably the max because then there wouldn't be loads of useless attachments that you unlock along the way.
yeah.
You could mix in a bunch of really good ones. But I just I just don't think you need to have so much XP to level up guns. Like it gets to a point when, you're leveling those guns up and it just takes forever. Uh
Yeah, and if you don't
which
have double XP, it takes literal ages. Like it could probably take you like a month just to level. If you're a casual player, it could take you up to like a month just to do one gun if you play every day. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know what? It's funny because we talked about this a couple podcasts ago too. Like it just it's so I don't understand like what they're trying to do. I mean, obviously they're trying to keep people playing the game, but I don't know if making weapons like insanely hard to level is the way to do it.
I mean, like, I get why they do that because of like Warzone. It gets people that play Warzone to buy and play the actual game. So like, I get it from that standpoint. But you know, uh, don't. My thing is like I'm okay with the levels. Like that's fine. Whatever, pop off. But don't tie it with the camos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, and the thing is like, I feel like the devs, I mean, obviously, like, I think they do understand, but I don't think the devs completely understand that the joy of playing with a gun is more so having it max level and using it with all the good attachments rather than having to
Grinding.
level it all the time. Because I feel like the devs are kind of like, yeah, we're gonna put all these levels in, so people just have to level their guns. They're gonna have so much fun trying to level their guns.
But we're not. Quite the opposite.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's weird. I
I don't know. I feel like they need to add some like smart people to the team if they want.
I wish they'd add some people from the community, even if they were just people who could offer like insight and stuff like that.
I feel like they should like do like a what's it like
I
a
mean, they are
poll.
doing. They did put a job listing up for like a social media influencer, like ambassador type person. But
Yeah,
I just wish that they would consult like a bunch of people. Like I wish they would just bring the creators in for like a week when a game is in like alpha or something like that and be like, this is what the game is like. Tell us what we need to do.
yeah, or like or this like um they could do the creator route and have like the creators like poll their communities and see like what they like about the games and what they don't, this that and the other, and then report that back to them because I get like going through the you know what I mean, but going through like everyone's posts is a little bit tedious and a little bit overdone, but at a certain point, at the end of the day, it is about the people. It is about the people that play the game. It's about people that, grind this game and love this game and been playing Call of Duty for years and years and years. And all we want is just a game that we can play and have fun and just have a good time. Not everybody can grind like they did when COVID hit with Warzone, you know what I mean? Like when that
Yeah.
was, you know, people could sit down and play 10 hours a day and grind out these guns. But like now it's kind of unrealistic now that everyone's back to work, or at least most people are back to work and back in school.
There needs to be like a happy medium between the two.
Definitely.
Um, if they want it to work. I hope that Modern Warfare 2 makes it a little bit easier, makes it more fun. But I mean, there's a lot of rumors that Modern Warfare 2 is looking pretty good. So we'll see. Um, and that was another thing that was the other thing I was going to talk about is there was an article that was posted by a very credible leaker, Tom Henderson, and I mean, it's no surprise that we're getting stuff this far out, but it leads to other things in the article. The article is titled Shocker Sledgehammer Games is developing a new Call of Duty title. And it basically outlines that that the leakers are getting intel that Sledgehammer is already developing a Call of Duty for 2025.
Oh,
Um, and I mean, he just talks about how that's kind of like how it goes. We usually know that somebody's developing a COD pretty far out right after they drop their first one because it's just, they're already going to be starting the developing cycle now since they probably have finished all of Vanguard's DLC and they're just waiting for it to release. They're going to be working on the next one. But one of the big things that he talks about in this article that is more substantial to the very near future than the Sledgehammer title is that it doesn't sound like they're going to completely go away from yearly releases. It seems like that 2023 might just be like a skip year for the mainline COD to get Treyarch back in line for 2024. But the thing is 2023 might not even count as a skip year because Tom Henderson has been hearing rumblings that even though there's no mainline COD coming for 2023, there is a COD that's going to come out in 2023.
That is true. Isn't it's Warzone 2, isn't it?
No, Warzone 2 is coming out with Modern Warfare 2.
Oh. Oh, I'm
So,
misinformed then.
so he says to fill the void of not releasing a premium Call of Duty title in 2023, it seems that Activision is also planning on releasing a third Call of Duty project within the 2-year window. No details have been given on the project officially, but one likely title could be a standalone Call of Duty Zombies project that I first heard about last year that was in pre-production.
Oh, isn't it that didn't they talk about I feel like I know cuz I feel like
There's
they were
been a
going
lot
to
of
do like a
rumors
full
about it
zombie.
because last year, uh, about 13 months ago, Tom Henderson tweeted, "There is a separate Call of Duty Zombies project in early development that is currently not connected to any title."
Mm.
And I mean, apparently it was in pre-production at that point, so by now it's probably like starting to like chug along if they're still working on it. So I mean, if that's the case, it could actually be coming. I feel like it's more possible now than it was before. Um, I mean, obviously it could be anything, but there is heavy rumblings that some sort of free-to-play Call of Duty is going to drop in 2023.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see a new zombies, especially one that's like just zombies so they focus on it and they make it good and I'd like to I don't know, I feel like that'd be worth all the zombies grinding because they really did Vanguard zombies dirty. Like they did not do everything that they could do to make it a good game or even like a decent zombies, you know what I mean?
I mean, he also states in there that that like game development is a very fluid process. Anything can change, but it seems like maybe that zombies project that they're doing and the possible zombie standalone game it makes it not necessarily that they're stopping annual cycles. It's just they've got something a little different planned for 2023.
Okay.
It's intriguing. There's not like a ton of information on it yet.
But I feel like more information will come out within the coming months. I would think at least the next little bit.
I would say, as far as like looking at how the leakers have been, with their timings, I would say that if this if this is a zombies standalone game, or no matter what this game is, if there is something that's different than the regular Call of Duty games that's coming out in 2023, we'll probably start hearing concrete information about it around the time that Modern Warfare 2 comes out.
Okay.
Because that's kind of been the cycle, is that around the time that the certain year's COD releases, like when Cold War released, like a month before that, we started hearing rumblings of Vanguard. So I would say like around like if Modern Warfare 2 releases in like early November, I'd say like at September or October, we should hear something concrete about what this 2023 game is going to be.
All right. I like it. Well, the thing is like if it is the zombies, I am very excited. More excited than a regular Call of Duty.
Yeah, I really want it to be zombies. Like I'm hoping and praying that it's a zombies game and that whatever was in pre-production is getting pushed to released, because I would love to have a zombies game like that to rebound off of probably not having zombies in Modern Warfare 2 and the absolute abomination that was Vanguard zombies.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like how they didn't realize like the importance of zombies to many people. Like I've seen a lot of like content creators that are zombies content creators try and try and try and try to make something out of, Vanguard. But At the end of the day, it's like there's only so much you can do before you just have to be like, all right, this game is chalked. Like, there's no way that this will do
Honestly,
anything.
like with the way that stuff sounds and the way that there's been rumors of zombie stuff coming to Cold War, I feel like they probably have chalked the Vanguard zombies. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't really release anything crazy
Yeah.
besides like new items and stuff in the game. It really would not surprise me if they don't drop any more maps. I mean, who knows? They could, but it seems like
It's
Vanguard Zombies is chalk.
it's very unlikely that they drop new things, like new
It
maps, new
wouldn't
DLCs and
like
stuff like
usually after they drop usually after they drop the launch of the game, there's usually four at least four zombies maps that come out. But I mean I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if only one more zombies map comes out for Vanguard.
I mean, like,
Especially if they're putting their effort back into Cold War, because
yeah.
if Treyarch's trying to put their effort back into Cold War, they're not going to worry about Vanguard.
Mm-mm. But I think like the thing is I give them kudos. They tried something new. I mean, did it work? No, but at the end of the day, they did try something new. I I I uh I understand why. I mean, they're probably like, oh, let's zombies is going good. Let's try this idea that we had. And obviously, it did not succeed. But sometimes that's how it works. Sometimes ideas aren't always gonna do well.
I
And this is
mean,
just me giving
you
them the
got to
benefit
tip
of the
it to
doubt.
Treyarch for trying new things, but they don't always succeed.
Yeah, that's just me giving them the benefit of the doubt. But they probably thought it was gonna be a really great idea in hindsight, but
I just it makes me sound like a boomer, but I just feel like they're straying too far away from traditional zombies, and that's what's ruining them.
you guys heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, on the Climb Together podcast. Deception is a boomer.
I mean, it's just every time they try something that's not traditional zombies, everybody just everybody slanders them, even if it's like pretty good. Even if like Outbreak is pretty fun if you play like multiple players, but like nobody really like was supportive of the idea of an Outbreak mode when they first saw it.
I feel like Outbreak was like a good idea. I feel like that was something that was fun. I had a good time playing it.
I think the thing is that they hopefully have learned from Vanguard is that traditional round based classic zombies has to come first.
Yep.
Because even though a lot of people weren't very supportive of Outbreak, it was that we had already had a bunch of traditional zombie stuff come in.
Mhm.
So everybody was like, I don't know for sure if this mode's going to be good, but I'm going to try it and we're going to see how it goes.
Because then, and if all
Like with
else fails, I'll
Vanguard,
just
it
go
was
back
like
to
there was
round.
no traditional zombies and everybody was like, okay, this is scary.
I feel like I don't know. I had a lot of fun with Outbreak, but at the same time, like I wasn't just playing Outbreak. I could play round based if I wanted to, or you know what I mean. And they were still releasing new maps with that, and the Outbreak maps were breaks like were for maps from the main game that were just made zombies, and I feel like I'll give them props. They did a good job with that. I did have a fun time with Outbreak. I feel like Outbreak was one of those games though you have to play with other people. It's not a
Yeah, it's
solo.
way too slow in solo.
It's not a
I
solo
get bored so
thing.
fast in solo.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like after me and Wyatt had played Fireteam for a while, and I talked to him about Outbreak, he was like, "Oh, it's just zombies on the Fireteam maps. That sounds fun." And we would play it, and it was pretty fun playing with him. But if I went back and played solo, I'd be by the third round, I'd be bored.
Mhm. I know playing with other people makes it fun. You know what I mean? Especially when you play with like a group of your friends
Especially
that
when
are
it's
like,
more of like an open world game like
yeah,
that. Because Outbreak isn't completely open world, but it's way more open than a regular zombies.
yeah. I don't know.
So
Like the time that I played with like Kichi and you know Stove and Sarah, like I had a good time. Like I had a like I was genuinely laughing like majority of the game, but that's just because I was playing with people that we normally have fun no matter what game we're playing, and we joked around, had a good time and everything, and it just made the experience a lot better. I feel like that's what
I mean,
made the game.
that's the reason why we connected. It's
Yeah,
because you were
true,
playing Outbreak.
true.
So
You are correct on that one. But yeah, I just one of those things. Just gotta. It's like one of you got to, as a developer, you have to pay attention to things like that. Like people love round base, and take that away, it's like, oh well, come on. It's the same thing with like multiplayer. You know, if you took away like TDM, people would be like, hello, where'd my TDM
Yeah.
go? And they'd get mad. It's the same way with zombies. Taking away the TDM of zombies. If that makes any sense. Probably not.
I mean that's true. I mean, I would miss TDM if they
I
nuked
know,
it.
but I actually like TDM. Like, if I'm just kind of casually playing, like, I don't want to like focus on anything. By TDM. I don't want to like get yelled at for not playing the objective, and I just want to get kills.
That's when you just don't listen to people.
Yeah, but
Like like I never have I usually never have my mic on when I play stuff like that. So I don't hear a thing if people are getting mad because we're losing. Like it's pups. Like don't. Why are you worried about winning when like nobody cares about winning in pubs? Everybody just likes getting kills or camos. I mean, objective modes have consistently proven to be the best for camos. But I mean, as far as zombies goes, I mean, there's not there's not like concrete evidence that that zombies game is coming out yet, but I sure hope it does. I mean, especially if Treyarch is working on stuff for Cold War too, because then it's like we might be set for zombies content for a little bit when we thought we weren't.
yeah, and that happened. Like, I literally had just gotten back into zombies with Cold War, with Cold War, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited for Vanguard, and then they give us like a big slap in the face, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, even when they did ad round based, it really wasn't that great.
And it wasn't really round based either. Like,
Yeah, like all you had is pack a punch at your disposal. You had to go back into the regular area to get perks and stuff. And with the way the zombies are in that game, if you downed at like a kind of high round, you're basically screwed. Like there's no shot you were making it back out.
it's just, it's just poorly done. I think, in my opinion, poorly
I
done.
just feel like Treyarch had too much on their plate. They try to put something out, but it happens. But
Anyway, moving on to the next topic, deception. You have another one or no?
I'm trying to think if I have any
Because I
more.
have one, and I'd love to talk about it. It's gonna. I mean, it's 12:40, so I feel like I could really get into this.
You can talk about it.
Okay, so you guys, as you guys know, my last day of work is Friday, so that
Yeah.
means I will be coming back to content creation full time for 2 weeks before I go back to working at my old job. Um, so I'm gonna try something. And I'm gonna do it fully from the get go. And I usually try to like ease into it, but like honestly, like I have 2 weeks off. Like, and I'm gonna be bored. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stream like 2 or 3 times a week, right? Usually I stream like 5 days a week, but I feel like 2 to 3 times a week will be able to. I can keep that going once I start working again, and then I'm also going to put my full work into like YouTube and TikTok and create like quality like content just for TikTok and not like recycled content from like my stream, but um like because I feel like a lot of people don't understand this. Like if you post just like a clip from your stream with some music in the background, it's not gonna do well. That's not the way that TikTok works anymore. You know what I mean? It's not like Twitter. TikTok is a whole different thing now, and it's evolved into something that is like a total. It's kind of like YouTube, but just in more shorter. It's just in a shorter form. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like really focus on making content only for TikTok, and then I'm gonna focus on making YouTube videos and really see like where that could. And I'm gonna do that from the point one and see how much that'll really benefit everything else.
I mean, I've been thinking about starting to post stuff to TikTok, but I would have to edit it. I would have to actually make it look presentable for TikTok.
Yeah. But
And I've been seeing so many like Warzone clips and stuff on TikTok too lately, so
yeah, but they're like funny Warzone clips. They're not just people just playing. At least the one's not doing
well
well
lately
anyway.
since I've been playing with Wyatt, we've been running into a lot of TikTokers.
Yeah. And the thing
And
is
then
like,
subsequently I'd go check TikTok and I'd scroll a few times and I'd see somebody that was live on Warzone. I'd be like, ah, here we go.
it is I don't know, some people use TikTok as their main. Some people use it as like a funneling system. And people that use it part of it, like as part of their funnel, like they don't do it right. You know what I mean? Like there's a
Yeah.
certain way to use TikTok at your funnel, and I don't think people do it correctly. And I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
feel
I've
like
talked
most
about
of
this
the time the
before, but
best way that people use TikTok is if it's their main.
yeah, and I feel like you can use it as a funnel too, but you have to treat it like your main. You know what I mean? You can't just like half-ass the content on it. You have to
Yeah.
truly like put effort into it. You can't just be like, oh, I'll take a clip from my stream and post it with some music. No, you can't do that. That's not how TikTok works anymore. You could do that probably like 2 years ago, but not anymore.
Yup. It is facts. TikTok is a way more intricate social media platform than it was when it began.
Same thing with like YouTube. Like you definitely there's a lot more that goes into it than just posting a video with an okay title and an okay thumbnail. You have to make them your mains if they're even part of your thumbnail. Like Twitter's one of those things like I could just make random tweets all day long and be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on Twitter, like you can post a video, and as long as you have like a kind of okay like tweet to go with it, it's fine.
Yep. And
Like you don't have to pour a ton of time into
like
a tweet.
Twitter is more of like a networking platform, and it's not much as like a content thing. Like I feel like Twitter's more. I feel like there's two different types of like platforms on social media. There's the one where you have to create content, and then there's the ones where you network, and that's how you grow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Twitter is a networking platform. Instagram also a networking platform. It's kind of that's what it's kind of, Instagram's kind of like both. It's like a networking platform and a content creation platform with like the like discover page and everything. But I feel
I
like
don't know.
it's more like
I don't
networking.
see a lot of people getting famous off of Instagram by posting
Instagram
like videos.
Instagram used to be a content platform, but I feel like Instagram's like dying as far as that goes because it's just so saturated with like people's personal lives of like, oh, this is my friend.
Facebook took it over.
Facebook is Facebook, and I feel like it's for old people. So if you're on Facebook and on Facebook gaming, you're an old person. Even if you're like 20, you're still an old person at
Yeah,
heart.
I feel like if I approached any person older than like 50 and I told them that I was a streamer and I played games for viewers, they'd be like, "Oh, are you on that Facebook gaming stuff?"
Yeah,
Like that's probably what they would say.
that's exactly what they would. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna. That's why I said I kind of have like an idea slash experiment that I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be an experiment and just to see like genuinely like is it if I do put the time in, will it will I reap the rewards? You'll have to stay tuned and find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm gonna get back to content creation, and I really miss it a lot. I haven't been doing it because I've been working a lot, and just like it's been a lot. Like my
I
room's
need to
currently a
I need to
disaster.
do
So
more than only talk to you on the podcast. I need to play games with you.
yeah, I'll get back to it. I
And
think that
we need to have a Monday meeting. We didn't do that.
no, we didn't. Well, the thing is like okay, so Sunday night, I'm gonna clean my room. Like I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna like finish like putting away stuff, like clean as much as I can, and make it like livable again. Because right now it's just a bunch of shit everywhere. It's not like messy. It's kind of messy, but it's just like cluttered, Because I finally got all my stuff from my parents' house. Um, so I just have to like Sunday. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna go through everything, go through bag at a time, and just unpack, put it where it needs to go, make it like somewhat. It's not gonna be clean, but it's gonna be better than what it is right now. So that's my goal for Sunday, so that next week, Monday, I can just start fresh and just get into it. And we'll have to start playing the forest again, maybe. Exception.
I mean,
If you're down for the forest, I'm down too.
I mean, you just made me think about this because I saw it. Now that you mentioned the forest, we have a lot more time to play the forest now because
But
the Sons of the Forest sadly has been delayed.
it's been delayed? By how much?
They're targeting now an October release.
Oh, dang. But yeah, so I'm gonna take like these next 2 weeks to really focus on content creation, apply for like scholarships or school, and like make sure I get all that figured out. And yeah, that's my goal for these next 2 weeks. And obviously I'm gonna take like Saturday to kind of just chill vibe, my first official day off, just to relax and just kind of exist on this
Yeah, yeah,
earth. You know what I mean? Binge a Netflix series or something, and then it's back to work. You gotta have that rest and recuperation time, obviously. But
Hitch just dropped a banger tweet. He said, "Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card."
yo, facts. I've been reading a lot too lately. Now that I'm not streaming, I read before I go to bed sometimes. But nice. Maybe it'll make me smarter. Maybe it'll make my English better. That's
We'll
a
see.
big maybe.
Depends on what kind of books you're reading, because if you're reading children's books, I don't know how much that'll
It's
help.
not children's books. It's like over 200 pages.
Over 200.
And
Let's
no
go.
pictures. And no pictures.
No picture. That's scary for you.
Well, I got a comic book too.
Oh, so you have plenty of pictures.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Avatar: The Last Airbender comic book. Hey, cut me some slack.
You need Risk to just slap a 800-page novel on your desk one day.
Well, she
See where
slapped
that
it.
goes.
She slapped like a $300 novel on my desk the other day, and that's what I'm reading right now.
$300.
300
Jesus.
page.
I was like,
Page.
why are you paying $300 for a novel?
300
I have
page.
a novel currently that I haven't gotten to read yet. That's like 1,000. No, actually, I think it's like 850. I'd have to look. It's pretty long.
850 or 1,000. That's still pretty big though.
It's pretty long. It's a Stephen King novel, and he always writes really long ones, so it's gonna be an experience reading that.
Alrighty, Deception. You have anything to talk about? Or are we good to?
I don't think I have anything.
Think you're good?
I don't believe there's anything else.
Alrighty, guys. So if you have any questions for us to answer in the next episode of the podcast, please leave them somewhere we can find them. Our DMs are open. You can DM us on Twitter at @Tonage at Deception276, or you can, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below, and we will answer your questions. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys catching the last bit of this podcast and you want to live and you want to listen to it somewhere else, our podcast is available on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else where you find your podcasts. Even if you think, oh, this is like such a small app, nobody puts their podcasts here, ours is there. If it's not, well, I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say.
If it's not, then it should be, because I swear there were like 400 of them on that site.
Oh yeah. But we stream the podcast live on Twitch every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST. So, if you guys want to catch the next episode live, catch us there. Our links are on our Twitters or in the description of this YouTube video if you're watching it on YouTube. So yeah, we will see you guys next time. Peace.